Welcome to the WE Mason Coaches Report. I'm joined by Hofstra Women's Soccer Head Coach Simon Riddiough. Thanks for being here today, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Amanda.
The Hofstra Women's Soccer team got its season started last weekend, falling 1-0 to Pitt on Friday before falling to Penn State 3-0 on Sunday. Let's start with that Pitt game. Kind of an unlucky goal there in the 88th minute after your team pretty much dominated the game. What are you taking away from that performance despite the loss?
Yeah, it's difficult playing against a solid Pitt team. I thought we adjusted it very well, especially after the first 15 minutes. I thought the nerves were there in the first 15, and we once we settled into our game, we pretty much played extremely well. For this part of the season to play as well as we did, I was quite impressed. Unfortunately, soccer's a cruel game, and we had enough chances to put the team away. The game should have been over. And fair credit to Pittsburgh, they kept battling, and they've got some special players on their team, and they capitalised on a couple of defensive errors leading up to that goal. Disappointed in the result, but not in the performance. I thought we played as well as we could at this stage of the season.
Then Penn State on Sunday held them scoreless in the first half. What did you like from your defense on Sunday?
Again, Penn State is a perennial power. I'd be amazed if they're not a Final Four team this year. They've got a roster full of special players, and they've got a coaching staff with the expertise to guide them. That first 45 minutes was a very solid performance from us. We were disciplined, we were organised, we worked hard as a team, we were committed to the cause, and I thought, at that stage we were in the game. We obviously knew after half time that Penn State can kick it up another gear, and that's exactly what they did. They came out with a little bit of fire in the belly, and we panicked. We just weren't ready for that kind of intensity, which is expected at this time of the season, and hopefully it's a lesson that we're going to have to absorb some pressure from these kind of teams, and we have to just deal with it and then hopefully weather the storm and then go from there. We didn't do a good job this Sunday doing that. They pounded us for that 10-15 minutes after the first half, and we bent and we broke a little bit. After that, we settled down again, and Penn State got into their rhythm, but it was more of a regular game again, but by then the game's over. So overall, for the first two games of the season, pretty happy with the performances, pretty happy with individuals. We've got some tweaking to do, but content right now.
Ashley Wilson, this was kind of her first weekend playing 2 full 90-minute games. What did you see from her this weekend?
She was excellent. Confident in crosses, caught everything, came out aggressively on a lot of things. She did well playing a sweeper-keeper role, especially against Penn State. I think we found ourselves a very good goalkeeper, and once you've got a good goalkeeper going into a season, it gives you a lot of confidence that you've got a chance to win a lot of games.
You also had a handful of newcomers make their debuts this weekend. What did you see from them?
I thought Sabrina Brown was fantastic. She caused fits for both sets of fullbacks she played against. So I was very happy with that. Bella Richards acclimatised herself to that fullback position very well as Monique Ionella did. Jordan came off the bench. She came late into pre-season, so that's what we expected. And then we're still waiting for eligibility issues with the looses. Actually, one did become cleared, and she played 20 minutes and adjusted herself well in that situation. So the incoming class has been fantastic for us, and I think the overall level of our team from a depth perspective has got a lot better. Still not where we need to be. We're still not scoring goals. We still have to find that way. But for this part of the season, I think we've got a really nice blend of seniors, juniors, sophomores and freshmen getting together.
You mentioned Sabrina Bryan and you mentioned scoring. She had that shot off the post against Pitt, arguably one of the best chances of the weekend. What is it going to take to get that first goal?
Yeah, it's like anything. Against Pittsburgh, we created 5 or 6 really, really good chances, and potentially should have had a PK in the first half. I was a long way away, so it's difficult for me to say we should have. But from that perspective, it's just a matter of fine-tuning the final third, decisions, our crossing was good, but was really not to anybody. Our shooting was safe, rather than, we were content with just shooting rather than shooting to score. And I think after this week we'll work on that, and hopefully this weekend we'll get some similar opportunities and this time put them away.
Yeah, this weekend you have Columbia and BU. What are you expecting to see from those teams?
Columbia gave us a hard time this past year. New coaching staff, or fairly new at Columbia. They did a great job at LIU Brooklyn before that. They've got some talent. They've tapped into the Ivy League system, and they're getting some really good players now. We're expecting a battle with, we hope that it's their first game of the season. We hope that they catch them a little bit slow out of the starting blocks. But like I said, last year they gave us a lot of trouble, and if we can come away with a win, I'd be ecstatic.
What about BU on Sunday?
BU, they've been a perennial power in the America East. They dominated for 10-12 years before joining the Patriot League, and they've done the same in the Patriot League. They're going to be 1 or 2 in the Patriot League year in, year out. They schedule an extremely tough non-conference schedule, and that prepares them for the Patriot League. Nancy Feldman's a legend in the women's game. She's done an awesome job in not just developing a team but a program. BU is synonymous with success in the Northeast, and I would expect the same for years to come. So we've had our battles. We haven't had a good success ratio against BU over the years. We did beat them last year, and we hope that we can maintain that winning streak. But we know it's going to be a battle. We know they're going to be well coached. They're going to be big, strong, physical, similar to us. And hopefully we can again get a win on the road, which we've been finding difficult lately.
Hofstra women's soccer team heads to Columbia at 6 o'clock on Friday before taking on BU at 4 on Sunday. This has been the WB Mason Coaches Report with Hofstra women's soccer head coach Simon Riddiough. Thanks again for joining us, Coach.
Thank you.